All right, we are recording and go.
What are we going to?
I don't know.
I don't know where we're going yet.
Well, let's go somewhere. Well, we can't because we're quarantined, so we're stuck anyway.
We're so stuck that we decided to talk into microphones at each other instead of to each other anymore.
This is the only way I could get you to pay attention to me.
Well, you'll get me for at least 20 minutes unless I, ADD out.
Don't do that. So you want to do this as the first episode?
Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do with it. We don't really have a, theme to go after.
Well, I think just married couple who just is weird as fuck.
Just this hot mess that we're in.
Yeah. Which we can't use hot mess because somebody already has hot mess, so we have to think of something else for the name. Like hot mess marriage, divorce,
the big D.
The big D.
There's a big D out there.
Yeah, there probably is. I dated him in college.
What about the one you married?
This is the biggest D.
It has a dick head, maybe.
That'd be weird if you just had a big dick head.
Well, haven't you ever seen pictures of a dude's dick where it's just a massive freaking mushroom and no shaft at all? It's like it just plunges in. There's nothing behind it.
I like that. I've seen a lot of real dick in my life as well. Not a lot, but enough.
3 or 4.
Yeah, more than that. But we could talk about how many vaginas you've seen, because I know you've seen more than I've seen a dick.
No, just a couple. I exaggerate.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Sure. But I've had some weird dick in my life.
I'm trying to think about loose, weird puss. I almost said loose puss. Because it doesn't need to be loose dick. It just be a strange puss. I don't know.
Please stop saying puss. Stop saying puss. I know 2 dicks that I've actually got up and walked out on. I've walked out on 2 dicks. One was very skinny and white, and it looked like a snake. And I was like, that's not going inside me. And his name was Chris. I think his name was Chris Brown. Charlie Brown. No, it was something like that. It was Chris Brown or Charlie Brown.
So somebody either pulled the football from him or he beat on girls.
Yeah.
One of the 2.
Yeah. And then the other one, I don't even remember his name, but it was the first uncircumcised penis I'd ever seen. And I was like, that's not going in me. And I once again left.
Oh my God. We make fun of the guys. Me and a guy at work make fun of the guys about that because they're both uncircumcised dudes, and we ask them how many quarters they can fit in there.
So
does it make it look bigger? Does it blow up like a balloon? Can you squeeze the end and make it squeak wee, like a little like you're squeezing?
No air comes out of it.
No, you blow it up first.
Ew, no.
Why not?
I
don't have one.
I know you don't. I have not walked out on yours. In fact, yours made me stick. Out of all the dick, yours was the one to stick.
I got tired of a girl once, and I was in the middle of having sex with her, and I got up and left.
Did you put your clothes on?
Yeah, I just got up and left. I didn't say anything. I just got up and got my clothes and left.
Jonathan, that's not nice.
I never saw her again either.
That's mean.
I was really drunk. But I was sobering up, and I was like, I don't think I want to be here.
Why? Was there a reason why, or just because?
No, I just think it was just, bad choices, drunk choices. I think I'm going to go now.
I don't want to be here anymore.
There's a reason I don't drink anymore.
Yes, I know.
So, I'm just saying.
There's a reason I drink.
Opposites.
Although I act like I'm all a big drinker and 2, and I'm like, woo, I got to go to bed now.
Well, that's why I would start taking you out, because I could, get you drunk really easy.
And then you could still drink.
Well, back then I drank a lot.
Yeah.
And I made you drive if I drank too much.
Yeah, I remember that, and I don't like driving.
I know.
And you don't like people driving.
I know.
So when you gave me the keys, that was big.
Yeah, that was big for me.
Yeah. Your dick. I don't know why I said that. That was so fucking creepy.
It was kind of creepy. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. Maybe the big D is better.
The big D. I do think, though, like we've tried a couple times to do this podcast, and just various things have come about where we haven't released it. So hopefully this is the episode we release. The other ones were kind of funny, though. Like when I first started pressing record and you were all butthole, and I was like, that's exactly the first word our podcast is going to be, is you saying butthole.
Well, I'm sure it won't be the last time I say butthole.
And let's see. And then when we were talking about Christmas Vacation on the other one, that was funny too. So we have to be funny, but I do think
I don't want to have to be funny.
Well, not
I just
have to be. Okay, fine.
If I'm funny, haha.
You're not funny, haha.
So there you go.
Anyways, I think we should at least, like I tried the last time, is explain
Okay.
who we are.
I see. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, because nobody knows who we are.
Well, good. Fuck them. I don't want them to know who I am.
Okay.
I mean, they can listen and be cool and stuff, but I don't. They don't need to know me. They don't want to know me.
They want to know you.
Nobody wants to know me.
I want to know you.
You already do.
I do. Well, I didn't know
You're
you walked. Okay, you say I know you, but this is the first time I've ever heard that you walked out on a chick in the middle of sex.
I never told you that story.
No.
You never asked.
I mean, together 16 years and there's still stories I don't know.
Fuck. There's a few. I can crank them all the way back into junior high school where I'm like, this is the moment I became the pussy that I am now.
I think you told me that one, though.
No, I don't think I've told anybody a lot of them.
Trying to think.
There's key moments in life where you look back and you go, ooh, butterfly effect. I wonder if I would have done that, would that have changed that? Because
yes.
I ate a bag of dicks. And it
I
freaking...
did that in college.
I did in high school, but...
You ate a bag of dicks in college?
Yeah, I just wanted to see if I liked it. I don't. No. That's why I like vagina.
Oh, thank you for not saying puss. I appreciate you not saying puss.
Puss.
Stop, John. So anyways, we are John and Joy. That's
so dumb. It's almost... Joni loves Chachi. It's so dumb.
No, it's Choni. Choni loves Chachi.
Oh my God, is that the name of this?
Choni
loves Chachi. Johnny loves Joy.
Yes. John loves Joy forever. Like the Mark Wahlberg. Was it Mark Wahlberg that was in Wild Horses?
All of a sudden, it became not funny.
Fuck you. You do love me. You have to. I hypnotize you while you're sleeping, by the way.
I know.
Anyways, okay. So we've been married
forever.
13 years tomorrow,
13.
the 30th.
Oh my gosh, and together 16.
And together 16.
We've got 3 kids.
3 boys.
I'm sure eventually they'll work, one of them at least will work their face into a microphone at some point.
Yes, 3 boys. I think that's important. I am surrounded by penises. Surrounded by them. Yeah. I almost did my joke that I do on stage.
And I was going to call you out so hard on that.
I stopped. I was like,
I was like, oh, if she delivers that, I'm going to freaking call it out right there. I'm going to be like, and if you didn't know who she was, now you do, because she uses that joke in her opener almost all the time.
That's my opener. Fuck, I miss comedy.
See, and you act like I don't listen.
Sometimes. I make you listen.
Did you say something?
I do miss comedy. Fuck, I miss comedy. Like this, I'm like, oh, there's a microphone in front of my face, and now I got to do something.
Not me. I mean, I miss the comedy in general, but I don't. It's different for you than it is for me. So
I miss it all. I miss the green room. Yeah.
See, I see it differently than you. You know what I mean? Because you work there, you got a different look. You're trying to do the comedy thing, that type of stuff. Where I just kind of go because there's a lot of cool people. And I just kind of hide out.
Stay out of everybody's way.
Well, I hide out too. I kind of stay in the bushes. And, I don't really.
I stay in the kitchen.
I don't really friend up on everybody,
which is good.
I feel like I they all have enough friends. They don't need another one.
But you know
what
awesome.
I mean? Stop it.
I love you. Anyways, married 16 years, but known each other. No.
Forever we've known each other. Our parents were best friends growing up. So
yes.
Our mothers were best friends, and then they had kids, and then just so happened to work out. Joy was rolling through town the right time. I happened to be fresh out of a marriage, and then shit went down, and here we are 16 years later, still with a love-hate relationship.
I've never heard you describe. I rolled into town. I guess I did.
Well, you kind of did. You kind of rolled through town. See, we had seen each other previous to that.
Yeah, Memorial Day.
And I was like, "Oh, what's up?"
Yeah, you did
and
that.
And I was all, "What's up?" And you were like, "Oh, nothing." And like you totally wanted to hang and stuff, but you had to go to work.
I did
and
go
then,
to work.
And then I gave you my number. I said, "If you're running through town, let me know." And you just happened to be magically running through town a few weeks later.
No, it wasn't magically.
Whatever.
I went to San Diego with that chick.
And you left her.
And
ass.
I left her because she was annoying.
And you stopped by my house, took a shower, and then pretty much never left. You left,
Okay.
but you always came back.
But I parked at your parents' house, and I called you and I said, "Hey, I'm here. I'm at your parents' house." And you said, "All right, I'm the first house on the right." But I had passed your house, so your house technically was on the left. So I walked into somebody else's house.
No, you walked into an apartment.
I did.
Not
I
even
walked
a
in-
house. I had a house. There's a difference between a house and an apartment.
Okay.
You walked into an apartment.
Okay, but remember how we just talked about how I'm a lightweight? I was so hungover. And I walked in, and poor Sarah in apartment D, I'm all, "Hello," and she's like, "Hi."
That was funny.
And I'm all, "It's John." I even called you Jonathan. I didn't even couldn't think of your name. I was like, "Is Jonathan?" And she's like, "Well, there's a John across the street." And I'm all, that's him. But I was so afraid because I was drunk. Well, no, I was hungover. I wasn't drunk. And I was driving from San Diego up here to here. And there was a cop behind me like the whole way. And I had to puke so bad. And then I ended up picking up Haley with my...
Picking up one of our nieces and puking in the bushes. Hi,
right
Haley.
in front of her first grade class. Oh my God, I forgot. I wonder if she remembers that. Her whole class was
doubt
like,
it.
"Who the fuck is that?" It was Michelle's fault. It was your sister's fault because she turned off the air conditioning, and it was in August. I showed up in August.
Why the hell would she turn the air conditioning off in August?
I don't know.
That's
It was-
the hottest time of the year for us.
It was when she had the black Cadillac. Damn, that was a long time ago. So yeah, we've been married, and we're still married. We still have 3 kids.
We are kind of very opposite.
We are very opposite in some things.
And that's probably what makes it work sometimes, and sometimes it definitely makes it tough on times.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that tough, is it?
No, I mean, I'm not talking like divorce stuff. You're like, whoa, what are you talking about? No, I'm just saying sometimes our opposites, make us don't see the views the right way. We don't agree on things, the way we see things.
Right.
We might not agree on the way we parent sometimes.
No, that's true. And I mean, yeah.
I mean, we don't. There are definitely times we don't.
No, that's true.
So I mean, that's all I'm saying is, but
I
other
think-
than that, we get along very good.
I think a lot of parents have a hard time parenting. I mean, I see that's something that's got to be normal. That's the dog whining. That's not my butt. And you
I was
looked at
like,
my
what
butt.
the hell is that whine I can hear in my microphone? And it is a puppy that's outside this door that needs to be in here and laying on a bed that is panic mode.
You looked at my butt when it's
Well,
all...
I wasn't looking at your butt intentionally like, oh my God, I think she just squeezed out a fart.
My God. No, I did not just squeeze out a fart. I'm a little bit more classier than that.
Hey, yo, whatever.
Oh. Are you really going to let her in? Oh, my goodness.
She's just going to hop on the bed and go to sleep.
Okay. All right. She's going to want hugs and kisses and rubs. She is super annoying because she thinks she needs all the love. Well, come on in. Okay. Do something. Oh, both of them. All right. We also have a shit ton of dogs. We have 3 dogs, which is way more than we should. 3 kids. It's kind of a theme. Like, we don't have a third person in our marriage.
We do threes.
We don't do threesomes. That's...
Three's is the magic number.
No, it's not. It's too many legs. It's a lot of legs. I'm sorry, it is. It is just, I tried when I did a ghostwriting book, it had 3 legs. I had to do a threesome and I was like, there's so many fucking legs in this room. So, okay, stop paying attention to the dog and pay attention to me.
Well, she was trying to get her step up here, and she was in a panic mode.
Okay, well, okay,
Now
so
I got her up here.
we've
Now she's
explained
happy.
how we got married. Well, we didn't explain how we got married because that's a whole nother story.
That's a whole half hour in it by itself.
Shit. And so, like, you work at a high school.
Yeah,
No?
I mean, I'm not gonna. I'm a maintenance guy at a high school. That's
Okay.
that's about all I need to know about that.
Well, that's what I was going to say because and I'm a massage therapist at a chiropractor's office. So, like, when I talk about naked people or patients,
I deal with high school kids. Well, I used to before the pandemic. Now I just deal with teachers and cranky assistant principals and stuff.
well, I deal with a lot of naked people still to this day.
I don't want to see some of these people naked. They're not pretty to deal with.
My goodness, there are some people that I don't. And summer's coming, and summer for a massage therapist is probably the nastiest season because there is swamp ass galore. I had a guy come in the other day who had just came from the gym and literally said, "I'm sorry, I'm damp. I came from the gym." And I had to be like, "No, it's okay. It's fine."
That's disgusting.
I'm damp. And that room is a tiny little room with a massage table in it and me.
Nice.
And
Well, let's see. Well, what else do? You like to write books?
well, I do that.
You are an author of several books. You always like, don't read my stuff, and you're an excellent writer. You just don't give yourself any credit.
I paid him to say that.
Whatever.
In blowjobs.
You've never paid me to do anything.
I paid you in blowjobs.
That's not true.
You know what? I think you're the only husband around that gets as many blowjobs as you do.
I don't remember the last one. When was it?
Fuck you.
It's got to have been a while.
No, it was that good night.
Years.
No, Jonathan Michael.
Good night.
Good day. Good afternoon. Fucking asshole. No, because I talk to wives a lot.
Because I care.
The Santa Clarita Valencia wives, and like they don't
Oh
have
my God.
sex.
They all seem like if they do, they're just like lay there with their legs up. I'm like, oh my God, are you done yet?
It's very weird.
Yeah, but you see most of their husbands are kind of goofy and probably really don't know how to get in there and fucking pound down.
I guess I can take it to Pound Town.
I didn't say pound town.
I said Pound Town. That's what the name of the
What
podcast.
are you, Guy Fieri or something?
Is that what he
Yeah,
says?
I don't know. He says Flavor Town.
Oh.
Take it to Pound Town, Flavor Town, same difference. It's gonna be a steak, yeah. I don't know whatever the fuck that guy says.
It's not Fieri. It's Fideri.
It's Fieri. It's spelled Fieri.
Fieri.
One of my favorite podcasts, Danish and O'Neill, they call him Fieri. I'm calling him Fieri, and they hate him, and I hate him because he's a douchebag, and then they just prove it all the time by showing.
Is he a douchebag?
Yeah, he seems very fake. Like he's
Like his hair.
like people say he's a good dude, but when you he's got to be fake. His food's got to be horrible.
Like Ellen.
Yes, like Ellen,
Yeah. Okay.
because we all know she's fake. We've heard all the stories.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I don't know that for a fact. That's not true. It's allegedly because I don't know that for a fact.
I don't know. I called it a while ago. I was like, she seems like she would be mean away from the microphone. Because there's people like that where they get on the microphone and they're like, hey, hi, let's dance. I don't know. And white people that like to dance, like white people.
I don't know if anybody should dance. I think that's the weirdest fucking thing in the
know you
world.
do.
Listen, think about it for a minute.
Okay.
Think about the absolute concept of dancing. Let's go stand out in the middle there with that music and just wiggle.
But it's
Wiggle, dance around, jump. It's just fucking weird.
But you're wiggling to a beat. Like, have you ever heard a song that made you just?
Do I want to go in front of the car dealership and start acting like that little air thing that's floating around all the time? I mean, no, I don't want to go out in the middle of a dance floor and do that. That's all they're doing is just fucking stupid. Dancing is dumb.
You didn't think that when you used to drink.
I didn't like to dance when I was drunk either.
Did you, though? Like, when you went to clubs, did you dance?
98% of the time, no.
Okay, so there is a 2% where you're like,
99.2%, no.
So there is a 0.8% where you
It
were
happened maybe once or twice.
to get a
maybe.
girl.
Maybe once for the girl, but I don't know. I don't know.
Why would you not dance to get a girl?
Well, I mean, I'm assuming it was. I mean, I don't remember. I drank a lot back then.
It's interesting.
But I just, it's not for me. Wiggling around is not for me.
Wiggling to music is not for John.
I'm not a wiggler.
See, I would like to dance if I could dance. I'm just not coordinated enough.
That could be my problem. Because, I don't like, there's things I don't like because I'm not good at them.
Well, see, like, I don't know. Like, even comedy, I'm not great at it, but I still like doing it, and I want to learn.
Well, okay, let me use, like, basketball for an example.
Oh, okay, because that's going to make sense for me.
Okay?
Okay.
I like racing. I like football because I understand them, and I knew how to play the games pretty well.
Okay.
Basketball, I've always sucked at, and I never truly understood it, so I hate it.
Well, there you go.
No, I mean that's why I don't like it, because I'm not good at it and I don't understand it, so I don't like it.
I don't know. See, like, there's things though that I want to be good at. Like, I would love to be good at dancing. I'm not. Even when I work out with Stacia, there's things that she does that I'm like, my hips don't work that way. Or like when I took that stripper class, things that like Chelsea was like, oh, this is easy, right? And I'm like, sweat is pouring down my body. And I'm like, I don't look like that. It made me so sad because she was so sexy. And like all the other girls doing the strip class were like so sexy. And I look like a wildebeest.
To you.
They were. I was like, man, I wish I could move my hips like that. My hips just don't move right, I guess. I don't know. There's something wrong with me.
You know what? There's something wrong with both of us. It's okay.
But I can write a book.
Yes, you can.
And I can do a podcast. And I can massage like a fucking wildebeest.
Liking that wildebeest tonight.
It just reminded me of that damn story.
Every time you say it, I know it reminds me of that story, but every time you say it, there's a Tenacious D song where Jack Black says something about a wildebeest. And it makes me laugh.
I don't know where that guy got that from. That was so... Out of all the animals, I had a patient once when I was massaging him who was like, Joy, I really like you. I bet having sex with you is like having sex with a wildebeest. And it fucking hurt so bad. Because, by the way, wildebeest moo. The only TV credit they really have is killing Mufasa in The Lion King.
Well, that's probably that just proves that he's a jackass because he's ignorant and didn't know what he was talking about, because he was trying to be all like, I bet you're fucking beastin' bad.
I don't know if he was
fucking ride that cock. And no, I'm serious. That's what he was getting at. He's not going, I think you fuck like an animal, like a wildebeest. Yeah, I think you look like one.
By the way, they do everything in herds, and once again, too many legs, way too many legs. No, but I kind of think maybe he was trying to think of like Tasmanian devil, and he just accidentally said wildebeest.
He was looking for the word beast. I bet you're fucking beastin' bad. What you fucking, like I said, I bet you fucking ride that dick.
But why? Why?
Because that's the first thing that came to him. He was looking for a fucking smooth word and a smooth way in, and he fucking used the wrong one.
Do you think like after he said it, he was like, fuck?
I wonder if that hurt my chances.
Because he wasn't going to have any.
You know what? You should have told him, man, until you said that, I thought I was going to give you a handy.
Your friend, Joey, always tried to get me to he would be like, you should just take off your clothes while you massage me. And I told him once that my shirt was off the whole time he was face down. And he was all, wait, what? I was like, I'm just fucking kidding, dumbass.
Douche.
But then he was like, take off your shirt. And I go, but if I take off my shirt, where am I going to put my lotion? Because I put my lotion in my scrub top. And he's like, I'll hold your lotion. I go, no. If I take off my shirt, I get to put my lotion where I want to put my lotion. And I'm going to stick it in your ass. And he's like, okay, keep on your shirt. God, I could just tell table stories all fucking day long. I've been doing it 13 years. I mean, it's fun, but it's something. So what do we want to name this podcast?
I don't know. Well,
The Big D?
The big D.
The D.
No,
What does
because
it
there's
look?
probably already a big D out
We
there.
should look.
I mean, honestly, I don't know what you call it. I mean, a day in the life. You know what I mean? A day in our life. That's, I mean, really all it is we're just going to be talking about fucking what the hell's going on.
That's a good one.
A day in our life.
But yeah. And we could do like the theme song for the days of our lives. These are the days in our lives. I watched Days of Our Lives in high school with Stefano and Hope and Bo.
I'm not going to admit it.
Admit it.
I watched a little here and there.
Of Days of Our Lives?
Yeah. Back in the day when I was a kid, because my mom always watched them. So if I stayed home from school or if I was on spring break or something and she was watching, I'd always end up sitting there with her, and then I started watching that stupid All My Children with her.
I was
for
gonna
like
say
6 months that she watched that one, and I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
I was going to say, because your mom, I didn't think she was a Days of Our Lives girl. I
Well, I'm
thought she
talking
was
about a long time ago. I think she did a bunch. You know, I can remember when soap operas were in the like afternoons all day. They were like Channel 2, Channel 4, Channel 7. Now they're nowhere. They don't exist anymore.
Well, they got rid of a lot of them, and then a lot of, like, I think General Hospital's the only one that's still alive.
Fuck, we should write one.
Oh, we could write a soap opera.
Oh my God, we should.
We should, because, we should.
Because we have that kind of time.
I know. Because there's not 1,000 other books that I'm supposed to be writing right now. I just finished 3 ghostwriting books that should have been done in January, and I finished them in June. Think, fuck, she was cool with it. That was hard. And that's way too much for us. Or for me, for us. I was looking at my phone.
So what'd you find out on...
It looks like there's a Day in the Life podcast. Day in the Life. There's no days in our lives. We could do that one. Or there's also Hot Mess Marriage, or Marriage Mess isn't taken. So we can look at those. And that'll be fun. I also think it'd be cool, like, later on, if we could get, like, married couples to, like, write and be like, my husband did this, what would you do? Or just,
Well, like give us some advice on how the hell we'd handle it.
yeah, I mean,
'Cause
obviously.
we have 2 completely different ways that we handle shit.
So, yeah. So true.
You'll be like, you know what you need to do? You need to tell him. And I'll be like, yo, you need to tell her to go fuck herself. Right now. Don't hesitate. Do it now.
Tell her she's a fucking wildebeest. Burr, burr, burr.
Don't tell her she's a wildebeest. You'll never get anything again.
Sad thing is, that dude was married, and his wife is gorgeous.
Usually that's probably the reason why they're like always, it seems like the pretty people always cheat on
Please say it.
with like you know what I'm saying. Don't even go there. You know where I'm going with it.
The pretty people always.
I'm saying, like,
are you like calling me like Arnold Schwarzenegger's maid right now?
oh my God, no. That's fucked up.
John.
No, absolutely not.
Who did Hugh Grant have sex with? Oh, her Justice. What was her name?
Wasn't that a transvestite or something? A transgender?
I don't know, but she was not Elizabeth Hurley.
Right, which I remember that, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna cry about it later.
I better cut that part out.
Joy, can you teach me how to Estelle Marie Thompson, Divine Brown? That's what it was. Divine Brown.
That doesn't sound like a fucking hooker or stripper name. I don't know what it is. It's like cinnamon with the S. You know what I mean?
I'm a sinner. There was a girl when I dated that DJ at the strip club, and her name was Toy. And
is that because she got used like a toy a lot?
I don't know. Batteries were not included in that one.
She was dumb, huh?
So not smart. And she was older. She was in her 40s. It was a weird strip club. Because there was the chick, when I first walked in, there was a girl, a woman, and her boobs were laying on her belly. And she had the nicotine patch and the birth control patch on the same arm. And it was during the daylight because I went to go meet James.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a story about this lady one time. This is many years ago. This is like 20 years ago.
Okay.
I'm sitting at a bar. And this lady, she's sitting there. She's got big blonde hair. I mean, she's got big old blonde hair, like she's straight out of Big Hair 80s, like Van Halen video, right? Or Whitesnake video.
You just dated yourself. Uh-huh.
She was probably super hot in like 87.
I was 6. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And this is like 1998, 99, 2000. Okay. Somewhere in that time frame. It was in the frame of where I was.
Tyler was born in 2000.
Well, I don't know if I was in the middle or it was pre-divorce, like, because we'd split up like several times.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
I was sitting at this bar, and this lady, she's eating tater tots.
I like her.
Like
already.
bar tater tots.
Fuck yeah, girl.
And she's just having it. She's talking, and I forget what she was talking about. She's talking about, nobody wants me because I used to be pretty, and she was like kind of like throwing it at me a little bit, right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm talking to her, and I look over at her, and she takes a tater tot out of her and she dips it in mustard. Okay, mustard.
I know, John.
I fucking hate mustard.
I know you do.
And she puts it over her mouth. She's like it was sexy, like almost tongued it, like like trying to like be like, oh damn, that tater tot went down. My dick is hard.
Look at tater tot.
And I couldn't believe it, like how she was doing this. I was like, is this fucking happening right now?
Did you take her home?
Oh fuck no! I was terrified.
Her? Did you get her phone number?
No. I helped her get in a cab and I sent her ass home. I swear to God, that's a true story.
Did you tell her I'll get a cab right after you. I'll follow you.
No. She asked if I would, girls have gotten raped in the area and I live only like 2 blocks away if you want. I was like, yeah, I'll get you a cab.
Aww.
I don't want any part of that shit. You would have never saw me again.
She rapes you.
Her hair was like 3 feet tall.
Aww.
I mean, it was this huge, like lion hair.
I miss hair.
See, that's a story you never heard before.
No, that is. Look at you. And this is just our first episode. Fuck.
I know. I could give you 5 more right now.
Do it. Go.
No.
Oh, holding out on me, huh?
Well, yeah, you got to have one every once in a while.
I'm going to go make some tater tots and dip them in mustard.
You're not getting anything from me.
Be all, John, the dogs would like it.
like imagine like the mustard, like, it's like curled up off the end, dipped. It's all like a big old freaking dip in it too. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a regular, like just a little dip of ketchup or a little tiny dip of mustard. It was fucking on there. Like it was more mustard than tater tot.
Well, she was being health conscientious because mustard doesn't have any calories. It's ketchup.
If I'm being honest, I was thinking about fucking her, and then she ate the mustard thing, and I was out. I was like 20-something, too.
I could have lived without that.
I'm being honest with you.
Okay, you're right.
20-plus years ago.
All right. Well, we've been together 16.
20-plus years ago.
Plus. So I was still in high school.
Yeah, you weren't even ready for this yet.
I wasn't ready for it when I was 18 either.
I don't know. You've only finally gotten ready for it over like the last 2 years.
So
you haven't even gotten the A game. You've gotten like the A- game at the max right now.
So what happens when I get the A+ game? Are we just done? Do we just divorce?
No.
Or do you go back to the C game
and start over
again?
Correct. It's like a championship fighter. He works his way up the ranks. He gets to the title shot. If he goes down the title shot, he gets dropped down the rankings. He's got to rebuild. He's got to start over. So
So if I get the A+ game,
I'm going back to C and we're starting over.
I win.
Right, and we got to start over.
Because like in karate, or at least taekwondo, because I was in taekwondo for half a semester in high school, and I remember, well, besides choking out the sensei, is you get to your black belt, and then the black belt, you tie it so much that the black actually starts to peel off, so it becomes white again. So you restart, or you're like reborn. And I remember that from high school, I guess. I think. Yeah. It was right after I choked that guy out. Because I thought he was tapping out. Or I thought he was giving me a one-handed clap, but he was really tapping out. I was young. I think it was a freshman, and that guy totally had sex with one of the girls in the class. I cannot prove this, but one of the girls in the class for the freshman year, because we'd actually get on a bus and drive to a taekwondo studio for PE. It was ridiculous. But after like the class was over and we had this like reunion thing where we had to like show all of our moves off again, and they wouldn't let me on the mat because I tried to kill the sensei. But one of the senseis, he was younger. He was probably in his 20s, but we were freshmen, and he was like, hey, she was one of my best students. I'm going to take her in back and see if she has all the moves. And he took her like in the back of the studio. And I remember like, oh shit.
There was something going on.
It was
there.
really weird. And she was one of the more mature girls, because I didn't have tits until.
I remember this story. This kid I grew up with. I used to go deliver papers with him across town here. I mean, I would like ride my bike at like 5 o'clock in the morning at like 14 years old, like 3 miles away from home, in the dark, deliver papers. And I delivered with this other kid on it. He had another route.
Okay.
He had a neighbor. He didn't have a dad. This kid I knew. His dad wasn't really around, and his neighbor kind of like was like kind of like a father figure in his life a little bit.
Okay.
It was kind of weird.
Okay.
Because this dude lived by himself, just a dude, big old dude, fluffy dude with a beard, weird looking dude. Anyway.
Okay.
So, I hadn't seen him in a little while, and I rode my bike over. You know, it was pre-cell phones. You don't call. You just ride over. So I ride my bike over, and I go to knock on his door, and I knock on his door, and I don't, no answer. So I know he hangs over at this guy's house, on the other side of the wall. I mean, it's literally next door.
Okay.
So I kind of just looked over the wall, and the garage door is open.
Uh-oh.
Like the garage is closed, the door is open. This is a fully grown 40-plus-year-old man. Looking back at it, now I see a whole fucking holy shit, okay?
Uh-huh.
Because I don't know whether anything's happening. I don't know. But I know that... Hold on.
Okay, don't breathe in it. He has to catch his breath. He's
I didn't want
keeping us in suspense.
Hey, I didn't want to breathe, like, keep breathing. So I felt like I
we need to get those those condom things.
Right, so I felt like I was holding my breath because I didn't want to do that into the microphone. So
okay, you're fine.
Anyway, so I look over the fence, and I look over the wall, and I can see into the garage, and I see the dude,
the older man,
the grown-ass man, with his back to me, up against the washer machine, and my buddy's next to him in his arms, like, and he's got his arm around him, like, and my buddy's like got his arm around him, like they're like holding, like he's holding him, like sexual holding him. They had clothes on and everything. I mean, it was just very weird.
What'd you do?
I very, very, very quietly ducked down, got my bike, and never fucking went back to that house again.
Did he ever, like, try and hit you up?
I don't know. I ran into him a couple years ago.
Okay.
But
you could have saved him, and you didn't.
I was a fucking terrified 14-year-old kid thinking I was seeing some shit like, what the fuck? Because I was wondering, like, they had a really weird relationship.
Right.
So it was very weird to me. Now,
right.
This person.
Uh-huh.
You heard another story about this person.
Okay.
Not from me. From some football friends of ours when our kid played flag football. They had a friend who had a neighbor who kept hitting on this lady who had a son who played on the football team.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And he kept, like, she had to, like, get a restraining order, and this guy ended up being married to a girl, and they ended up going to jail, or she ended up getting embezzlement, some crazy fucking law thing.
Okay.
Right? You remember this vaguely?
Yeah.
I'd put it all out there, but I don't know these people. I don't want to put it all
Right.
So bottom line is, I just thought it was fucking crazy that I think I might have saw some full-on molestation thing going on, and I had I didn't know what to do. I mean, this is like the 80s, 86.
Everybody was molested in the 80s.
86, 87. But I mean, it was the first time I'd seen like a male to a little kid that wasn't his.
Right.
I know it sounds fucked up because that means I've probably seen some fucked up shit. And that's something I never seen, and I was like, oh my fuck. Like, now I look back and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, I remember seeing...
I should have beat that motherfucker's ass. You
Right.
know? Like today, if I found out one of my kids was near a guy like that, I'd fucking beat the fucking brakes off that dude.
Right.
You ain't getting near my kid like that.
No, well, that's the thing. Like, we make our kids weird so nobody wants them. That was fucked up. I shouldn't have said that. That was just kidding. Just kidding.
I don't know. I just thought that was kind of crazy, though, that I actually saw that.
That is crazy.
Like, I can the visual I have in my head right now is, like, I can see the back of the dude's head. I can see like, if he would have looked his back wasn't totally to me. Like, if he would have looked over to the right, he would have saw me. Like, and I was like, oh, fuck, I don't want to get caught. Like, you know what I mean? Because then all of a sudden, hey, you didn't see anything.
Right, or come in, little boy. Hello.
Or I end up in a fucking wall somewhere, you know what I mean?
Right.
To never be seen again.
Huh. On that note, like, fuck, I don't want to end it on that.
Well, no, I was just telling you crazy stories.
This is a crazy story. That's sad.
These are my childhood stories. I can tell you about a B&E I did once.
What's a B&E?
Breaking and entering.
Oh.
Statute of limitations. It's got to be up by now, right?
Why would you do a B&E?
I don't know. I was a kid. I was hanging out with that same piece of shit kid.
He's not a piece of shit. He just grew up bad and had bad situations on him that made him that way.
We literally ditched school, broke into someone's house because we knew the kid was at school and stole his rookie baseball cards that were worth, like, today would probably be worth tens of thousands, and we were fucking stealing them and freaking, yeah, we were pieces of shit. I was a piece of shit.
No, you weren't. Stop. I'm going to edit this part out. That makes me sad. You're not a...
I feel bad about it, if that's what you're asking.
I know you feel bad about it.
I think that's why I went into fucking drunk mode so many years, because it just, all that stuff, just, I felt horrible about it. I'm not proud of those moments.
I stole from Mervin's once. But I didn't know I was stealing. So.
I could be wrong on those baseball cards. They're probably only worth like $100 now.
But I hung out with this girl, Michelle, and she was not a good influence. It was in high school. But she was dating a guy, oh God, I think his name, I don't remember, but his brother's name was Ted Kaczynski. True story. And the guy, I think his name was...
The Unabomber?
No. And I think his brother was like John Kaczynski or something. Anyways, Ted Kaczynski was hot. Like, good looking. But you have to remember, I haven't hit puberty yet. I look like just a nothing. Like, I was so dorky. And then, like, junior year in high school, I got my tits. And I was like, but it was like the mafia. They opened doors I didn't even know were there. I was like, oh, these are nice. I don't have to pay for anything. But anyways... So Ted Kaczynski worked at Mervin's, and Michelle was like, come on, Joy, let's go to Mervin's. And then she told me to pick stuff out, and she would buy it for me. And I was really like, So I just picked out a pair of button-up Levi's and like a sweater. And she was like, is that all you want? And I'm like, yeah. Well, Ted worked at Mervin's, and he pretended to scan it. And then he put it all in a bag, like a huge Mervin's bag. And we walked out with Michelle and her boyfriend, and, you know, we were like, hey, Ted, we'll see you later. And I was like, oh, my God, he's so hot. But when we got there, like, I was like, hey, because even though he scanned it, at no point did she hand him a card or cash. So when we left, and she's like, Joy, come on, hurry. Come on. And because I was like, what's happening? And then I realized, holy shit, we had just stole from Mervin's. But those jeans fit me so good. Like, they looked so good because they were button-fly jeans. And I don't know, there's something about button-fly jeans when you don't have a butt that make you look like you have a butt. So I kept them. And
and you loved them, didn't you?
I did. And then I got a Mervin's credit card. Well, they were the first ones to ever give me a credit card, which is why they're out of business.
Since we said all the bad stuff, all the shitty things, look, I will say that I'm also one of the people that will jump out of my car and help you push your car across the highway and help you to the side of the road. I've been the guy who has pulled people out of car accidents after getting fucking destroyed in a car. I've done that. I've done all that shit too, so... I have my good sides, too.
You are. See, you're good. I think...
I tried to make up for all those shitty things I did when I was a teenager. I hated myself
Instead of my name is Earl, my name is John.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of list. It would be way too big.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm a good person. I try to be a good person.
Well, I think most people try to be good people. I just don't think that you can sometimes it just sometimes it just doesn't seem like it works out. But
it doesn't. Look where we are.
But other times, the people who are really making it or have made it, they either hit the right place at the right time or they had to be cutthroat somewhere. Because you have to. You got to be able to freaking stomp a couple skulls and not feel bad about it. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast. Watching.
That's why I'm never going to get anywhere in comedy.
As a guy who's just standing back and watching it and seeing it from a different angle from everybody else, that's the way I see it. I mean, there's a lot of nice people.
Yeah, because I mean,
But you've also a lot of these people who are making it have stomped a lot of fucking people on the way up.
We need funny stories. This is too icky right now. And I don't want to end it all icky.
Well, let's not. I tried to. That's why I was like, listen, I'm
a good man.
I do good things. I do good things.
I'm a good man.
I did something good once.
I
picked that kid up that cut his leg open in Vegas.
I know stop. You're fine. I love you. Like I think you are fantastic. I wouldn't have married you. I would have just stayed with you forever.
You're trapped.
You did. You trapped me. You're like, hey, I have a 3-year-old.
Wait a second. I trapped you?
Yeah.
You trapped me more like I'm pregnant.
No. You were like, I have a 3-year-old and a crazy-ass ex, and I need someone who's down to earth and fucking cool and has really big tits. And I walked in, and you were like, oh, those are some titties. And I was like, cool.
And then it turned out I'm an ass guy. So, I mean, how did that work out? Again, opposites.
Okay, well, in my defense, I have been working out with Stacia on my ass, and it is getting bigger. Thank you very much. I know, I don't have an ass. None of my shit fits. And it's not because I'm fat, but it's because my ass is getting bigger, which Cassandra will be very proud of me about. So I got something going on. In the back, in the trunk.
And if you could see your little victory dance. Like you just scored a touchdown.
A butt down. Butt down. All right, we are at 47.
Well, we might as well wrap it up closer. We're at 47.
Okay.
It's up to you, however you want to do it.
No, I don't care. No, this is ours.
Because, I mean, I know it's ours, but, I mean, so what have we decided? What are we looking at for a name in this place? And what are we going to do with this? Are we just going to just have random bullshit we're talking about? Maybe, I mean, you're going to see times that we're going to not be happy with each other. And we're going to be online. And we're probably going to fight.
Yeah. I think we should just... talk about our week, what we went through, because obviously I'm going to have stories about naked people.
Well, it's Monday. It's been a really long week so far.
I know, Kill Tony's on, and...
Oh, that's why we're done. Because you got your priorities. You got your boys.
I love my Kill Tony.
I love being there. I don't mind. I miss hanging out and seeing those guys every week. That was fun.
How sad is that the Comedy Store opened for one day to be a bar, and then we got shut down?
Well, it doesn't surprise. Everybody acts surprised though that we're getting a spike, and they're trying to make it sound like it's not because of the protests and everything. I got no problem with the protests, but come on, we all know this is exactly what we all knew was going to happen.
Well, if it wouldn't have happened, a lot of people would have looked really dumb.
Oh, absolutely.
We had to have had the spike. If we didn't have the spike, then it would have been like, okay, it's not as contagious as we thought.
Right. Well, they needed to have the spike. And we all, I mean, common sense says that it was going to spike.
Right.
And it did.
And it's sad.
And it is. But, I mean, we're also at the point now, I mean, can you afford to shut places back down again? I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think they're at the point now where they have to just let it rip. And I know that sounds horrible, but I don't know what else to do. I mean,
nobody
as a person.
Well, see, that's the whole thing is nobody knows. So whether they do something right, it's honestly just a lucky guess. If they do something,
yeah, but numbers over. Yes, the numbers are spiking. They're a little bit crazy here in the Arizona or the Midwest, the state that opened up early in the Midwest. But I mean, they're really no worse off than we are over here, and we're masking up, and we're doing all this stuff, and their numbers aren't much different from ours.
I don't mind wearing a mask. I know everybody hates wearing a mask, but I don't mind it.
I don't mind.
The only thing I don't like is the pimples.
I don't mind it until we get it done. I mean, if we have to, we have to.
Right.
I'm willing to suck it up for a year while they get some sort of vaccine to help us out with this thing. Sure.
I know.
If that's what it takes, I don't mind.
I just want to do comedy. Oh, sorry. I just want to do comedy again.
And I like, of course, and we all want to be able to do our hobbies and our, this quarantine's been an interesting one for the last 3 months.
Brody keeps asking me, like, Mommy, what's next? And I'm like, dude, I don't know. None of us has been through. This is completely new to all of us. And it's weird because there are going to be children who are going to live post COVID and never know how it was pre-COVID.
Right, but I mean, I don't think it's ever gonna. I mean, I don't think we're sitting here with masks for the rest of our lives.
No, but like things are going to be just like 9/11. Things were different. Like Brody will never know that you could have went into an airport and basically walked someone almost all the way to their plane and waved at them. Like, and you didn't have to take off your shoes, and there was no bombs or anything.
Right, and the terrorism and that type of bullshit wasn't around.
There's
not as much anyway.
9/11 changed things.
Sure, and Janet Jackson's titty changed things.
There you go, boobies.
But the problem with that one, it was some jackasses. It was like less than 1% of it. It was like less than 1 million people or 1 million people max that freaking threw a fit, and it changed the world.
Yeah, Tittygate.
That's Nipplegate. Tell me that's not ridiculous.
No, it is ridiculous.
1%. That's some fucking Bible Belt in the middle, whining and bitching about a fucking nipple that you couldn't even tell because it had a fucking nipple ring around it. You couldn't even see the damn thing. And if you wanted to see her titties that bad, didn't she do Playboy or something?
I don't know. I love how passionate you are right now.
It just drives me nuts. People drive me nuts. Not the titties.
People drive me nuts.
The titties didn't make me all fucking fired up. It wasn't about the titties.
Then titties. Then tatas. The tatas. The taters. The tatters.
I don't know. So we got to figure out a night that we want to do this because you're like, well, we'll talk about our week. It's Monday.
Right. Well,
my week hasn't started yet.
Well, yeah, but if we do it again on Monday, it'll be a whole week.
I guess so. We talk about the week before.
Yeah. Like what we've went through the whole week.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, we could do that. I think we should do it once a week and then just fucking talk about what we went through. Obviously, you'll rant about titties at some point because you feel very passionate about them. I'll tell you about my workouts and how my ass hurts. And we'll just go from there. And we'll just decide on it. And I'm going to put this one up. And
as we go, you'll get to know us.
Yeah. John and Joy.
Ish.
Joy John.
Joni loves Chachi.
Chonies loves Chachi.
Oh my God, we should be Chonies loves Chachis.
Chonies love Chachis. Now, maybe like, what the fuck is this? Obviously, I mispronounce and hear things badly, and John likes to correct me.
That's for a whole nother freaking episode. We can go on the music lyrics for.
No, because music lyrics I want to do on stage one of these days. Like New Orleans needs to be on stage.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, but you still love me.
I'm still here.
It's because I give awesome blowjobs.
To who?
You're so fuck you.
What in the fuck?
You're such an ass. All right.
Taking my dog. I'm out of here.
Okay. Goodbye.
I said good day.
I said good afternoon.